All right, family. Black Power. Black Power is the truth hour with General Sarah Seti. Kick back, get your mind ready for some information that's guaranteed to be heavy. That's right, family. Excited. Yes, we are to be accepting members to the Sarah Seti YouTube page. You see, we already got some smoke up here. If you ain't become a member, we already got some smoke up there. You see what I'm saying? Depending on what tier membership that you choose. You see what I'm saying? We already got the code, this mind-blowing occult breakdown of the Bible up there. 2.5 hours full of nothing but jalapenos. That's right. What's up, brother? That's right. In the house, you already know what it is. Yeah, we're gonna be ain't nothing gonna be nothing but jalapenos up there. That's right. We giving you one tonight. You see? So, go to the join button. It's in the chat, it's in the video description. Click that. You'll get an introduction video breaking it down for your family, and it's up to you. You could choose whatever tier membership it is you want. If not, you're always welcome to come over here to General Seti's page and get that smoke. That's it. You see what I'm saying? And so, ring the alarm, kingseti.com, online marketplace. Y'all already know what it is. Official General Sarah Seti DVD lectures, t-shirts, the tank tops. I say hoodies. You understand? Some of y'all still be wearing hoodies in the summertime. I don't know why. You see what I'm saying? But we most definitely we got we got a ton of new t-shirts and tank tops. All you have to do is go to kingseti.com, click the new tab. And matter of fact, let me do that for y'all. Let me not even play with you. Let me not even play with you. You got to see this, family. You're gonna go on there, you're gonna say, you know what? Got to have it. 2, 3, 4. Got to get my gear together for the song. Let me drop it in there for you, family. Let me drop it in there for you. Bingo. So there it is. You feel me? You click that, and it's pinned to the top so you can see it. We also got the African jewelry, Kemetic and African jewelry. We got holistic tonics and remedies, home decor accessories for every room in the house, living room, dining room, kitchen, bathroom. We got you. You feel me? Pull the fire alarm, generalseti.com, SETI University, over 1,000 videos on African history, heritage, spirituality, advanced African academics, developing the Black nation one lesson at a time. The complete General Sarah Seti website. You cannot get greater than that. You see all pre-recorded, uploaded material on all the subjects that you know and love from the general, and that's a universal subject. Get on over there, check it out, look over it, and thank me later. That's right. SETI popping on Patreon, BPC making noise, we never come. Exclusive live stream, too hot to handle on YouTube. We going live tomorrow. Get up, get ready, get that smoke. Join, become a patron. We make it, the tiers. We have tiers on Patreon too. We feed everybody. You feel me? You come, you get fed. You see, so we make, tiers accessible for everybody. You see what I'm saying? And everybody get fed on a different level. That's how I go. But you're going to leave with a meal. Believe that. So get on over there, Patreon, General Seti, and become a patron today. Make sure you subscribe to all my YouTube channels, King Seti, General Seti, Sarah Seti. Rock that notification bell. Get a video a thumbs up. Like it because you love it. Share with your family and friends and comment. Just don't say nothing stupid because I will most definitely ban your ass. You'll be up out of here. I don't want to do it. The moderators don't do it. Don't make us. All right? Keep it 100 out there. Now, I had to start. I had to start. Since this Netflix jump off with Cleopatra then came out. The Arabs, they say they're not Arabs. They're Egyptians. Okay. They're not Arabs. They say that they are Egyptian. Could have fooled me. You put a turban on his ass and give him a goat, he looked just like all the rest of them. He says he's not a Arab, but he's an Egyptian. Give him a turban and a goat, and he look like all the rest. You see what I'm saying? Look like all the rest. What's up, family? Let's get busy. I come to operate. You see what I'm saying? I come to operate. I got the scrolls. You feel me? I still write like my ancestors. You see what I'm saying? I still write like I'm on scrolls. Wait a minute. Which one I want to deal with? Which one I want to deal with? Wait a minute. Let me get these scrolls out here, man. Okay. Yeah, that one first. That one first. Yeah, that one right there. You see? Yeah, we're going to get with them. Yeah. So, let's break this down. Okay, where we at? Let me get we got scrolls for days. See, this is why you got to come many ways. You feel me? There's many ways. You see what I'm saying, to do this. And I'm gonna operate on as many as I can before the night is out. All right. Now, number one. Let's deal with something. And I love this because I always, and I can come from the historical standpoint. I can come from the Quranic standpoint, Torah, New Testament, however they want to come. We can deal with it. You see? We can deal with it. So let's deal with something. Now, number one, where's that at? Here we go. Let's operate. All right, we in the house, family. Now, number one, and the reason why we do this, because the Arab is such he's so Islamic, and we understand, that in Islam, Allah supposedly is the author, the initiator of not just the Quran. You see, he's not the initiator of just the Quran, but also the Torah and the gospel. You see? And a matter of fact, let me step right on in there so I can, let me start nailing. We got the cross out. We're going to start putting nails in them immediately. You see? Now, this is Surah. Matter of fact, let me blow that up. That ain't big enough. I got to get in there. All right. Good. And I'll take this out so we can see it. And then bring me up a little bit. Yeah, that's how we going to operate. Good. All right. Now, this is Surah 5, because I got to set it up now. I got to set it up, and then I'm going to get to knocking them down. See, this is Surah 5. This is their holy book, the Quran, right? In Surah 5, Ayat 48, what does it say? It says, to you we sent the scripture in truth, confirming the scripture that came before it, and guarding it in safety. So judge between them by what Allah has revealed. Okay, let me break that down for you. To you, the Muslim, we sent the scripture in truth, okay, the Quran, confirming the scripture that came before it, the Torah and the gospel, and guarding it in safety. So judge between them by what Allah has revealed. So if you have a misunderstanding in one, you feel me? So if you have a misunderstanding about what you read in the Quran, you go into the Torah and the gospel to get clarity. See, that's what it's. So judge between, because they are all authored, sent by Allah, the Quran, the Torah, and the gospel by Jesus. Is that right? Okay, then let's get some more clarity here. Let's get some more clarity here. Okay? Before we get in, because you're gonna say, well, what you see, because they're Muslims. And so if they say that they're Egyptians, you see, then we gonna read these holy books that Allah sent and see if that's what Allah say. Okay, because we're gonna put, see, I know how to put that fire on their ass. I make them say that the Quran is a lie. They're gonna have to say either the Quran and Allah is a lie, or they're gonna have to come out with the truth, one or the other. You see? And so what it is, Surah 6, what it says, Ayat 115, the word of the Lord does find its fulfillment in truth and in justice. Listen, I want y'all to listen. None can change his words, for he is the one who hears and knows all. Why did I put that one up there? I want to bring clarity. See, I'm laying the table before I even start throwing the daggers. So when I throw them in, it's going to be impossible for you to pull them out. You're just going to leave them in there, because if you try to pull them out, it's just going to get the gushing. You see, when you throw a dagger in, you know what I'm saying? You got to leave it on in there, because as soon as you pull it out, that shit going to get the gushing. You see? And so why did I say? Because you know what? They always say that the Torah and the gospel has been changed. You see? So when you read some things and it don't agree with the Quran, what they're going to say is that it's been changed. Now, it's obvious, okay? And we'll leave the other arguments, dating and all of that. We'll leave that to the side, because we don't need to argue that for this particular. You understand? We're gonna use the biblical dates. We'll use the biblical dates for now. That's what I mean by using their own shit against them. We don't have to. We'll argue that on another end. You see? Now, obviously, because they say, listen to me. Let me get up. Obviously, because the Quran was supposedly, let's go with it, it was supposedly written around 700 AD. Is that right? Okay. Well, obviously, if he's saying use it, the Quran, the Bible, the Torah, if the Quran is saying to use it to clarify, you see, some things that you might be confused about in the Quran, at least up to 700 AD or thereafter, the Bible and the Torah had to be in correlation with the Quran, because whoever wrote it, and that's about the time that, Muhammad was getting his revelations, then it must have been in accordance with the Quran. So, 700 AD, then that means, you see, And supposedly the Torah had been written, you understand, already for at least, according to their timeline, 1,000 years. Don't argue. Just let them have it. Because we gonna let them sink in their own quicksand. So if the Torah had already been here 1,000 years and up to 700 AD, they were writing surahs in the Quran that's validated, then it should have been thousands of years worth of Qurans and say Torahs that were in accordance with the Quran. That means it had not been changed. Because if it had been changed before the Quran, then they wouldn't have said in 700 AD to use it as a testimony to make clarification in the Quran. So it had to have been thousands and thousands of Torahs. You see what I'm saying? That, was in accordance with the Quran. So when they say that the Torah was changed, okay, if it was changed, but show us the Torahs that wasn't changed. It should have been thousands upon thousands and thousands of those. It should have been thousands. So when you say that it was changed, what we want the Muslims to do is to present to us one of those Torahs or one of them gospels that had not been changed. You mean they all got away? You ain't got one of those Torahs? You don't have one? But yet and still we just present it to the people that none, listen to what it says, none can change the words of Allah. So if none can change the word of Allah, then the Torah that you have today and the gospel that you have today is the very one that it says that Allah sent the truth. He sent the scriptures. He sent them. You see? It says here in 34, let me see what, it's Surah 6 too. If you want to, Surah 6, ayat 34. Okay? Rejected were the messengers before you with patience and consistency. They bore their rejection and their persecution until our aid did reach them. There is none that can alter the words and decrees of Allah. Okay? There is none that can alter the words. And so they always, say that the Quran has existed unchanged since it was written. And so why wouldn't we expect that the Torah and the gospel being of the greatness of Allah wouldn't have, that they would not have not been changed either. So we assume that what we're reading in the Torah and in the gospel is correct. Why do we believe that? Because none can alter the words of Allah. Okay? None can do that. None can change his words. I'm just setting the table. You see? So when we read these things, it's an agreement, because when we go to this Torah and this gospel, we have to understand, because these is Muslims. We want them to address what we are saying here today. You see? What did the Bible say about Egypt? Did the Bible say that the Arabs because we got to deal with this, because they say we're trying to steal their culture. Oh yeah, let's see. And it says Surah 3, this is what it says, so we can black it up. It is he who sent to you, Allah, it is he who sent down to you step by step in truth the book, confirming what went before it. You hear that? See, that's very critical. I want you confirming, not in disagreement, confirming what went before it, the Torah and the gospel. It is he who sent down to you step by step in truth the book, the Quran, confirming what went before it, and he sent down the Torah of Moses and the gospel of Jesus. That is all from Allah. Okay? Okay? I want y'all to understand. Surah 18, Ayat 27, and recite and teach what has been revealed to you of the book of your Lord. None can change his words, and none will you find as a refuge other than him. Okay. That sounds good to me. And lastly, let's deal with it. And in their footsteps, we sent Jesus, the son of Mary, confirming the Torah that had come before him. We sent him the gospel. We, Allah, and whoever else up there, because he said we, therein was guidance and light and confirmation of the Torah. Confirmation. You see, the Muslims always talk and say that the Torah has been changed. Well, at least up into 700 and some AD, it was in accordance with the Quran. Because if it was wrong, if it had been changed at this time, they would have never wrote that in the confirmation of the Torah. They would have never wrote that in there. So if the Torah came with Moses, and Moses was 1200 BC, in the Quran is 700 AD, well, damn, you got damn near 2,000 years of Torahs that should have been in accordance with the Quran. So you shouldn't be able to run. When I ask you where is the Torah that is in agreement with the Quran, you should have hundreds of thousands of them motherfuckers. You shouldn't say, oh, I don't know you. No. I ain't gonna let your ass off the hook today. Yeah, we gonna have some fried goat burgers in this motherfucker tonight. We got to talk this talk, you see? And so the confirmation of the Torah that had come before him, a guidance and an admonition to those who fear Allah. Okay, laid the table, letting you know and got that the validation from the Quran, because these is Muslims. Okay, so either I'm gonna make them say that the Quran is a lie, or they're gonna have to back the hell on up. Nah. Let me lay this. Let me lay this. Nah, this is how the Arabs, see, they supposed to be Semitics. See? They supposed to be Semitics. How is that? Okay, how is that? Now, Abraham, I mean, make it clear to y'all. Let me see if I got it. Where is that? Let me see. I should have. Now that's Shem. That's Shem, but I want Abraham. Let me see if I got Abraham's genealogy. If not, well, that's well, yeah, it do. There you go. But see, they leave Ishmael out. See, they leave Ishmael out. That's what they do. But that's all right. That's all right. Now, what it is, let me get this. Let me blow this up. See, they leave Ishmael off of this one. Is he over here? He's over here. Okay. He's right here. This is it right here. And so why do we go here? Because this is how the Arab claims that he has lineage. Let me get this blowed up so y'all can see it. Let me see if I can get it all the way in there. Okay. Now you see here, this is Abraham, and then you see Ishmael. You see Isaac over here. You see Keturah. And we're going to deal with all three of them. You see, you got Keturah, which was a concubine. And anytime they say concubine, more likely that's what she was, a Canaanite, a Hamitic, okay, meaning an African. You see Sarah, you see she's in bold red. Okay, that was of his, supposedly of his own race. You see, of his own race. And Hagar was an Egyptian slave that he married. You see, when Sarah was she was barren, she couldn't have children. She gave Hagar to Abraham to take as a wife so that he could have lineage. And so his first son is Ishmael. His oldest son is Ishmael. And this is the one that Arabs claim they come through. You see what I'm saying? Say they come through Ishmael, okay, which clearly is a goddamn lie, even according to the Bible. Let's not argue the Bible. Let's use it for our own. And then when we done with this fight, we could throw it away, goddamn it, and start another fight. You see what I'm saying? Okay. And so you see here is Ishmael, and it's through Isaac that you get the Israelites. You see, so the Arab is the Hebrew. Well, not the Hebrew, the Israelites. Jacob becomes Israel. Okay. And so through Jacob, you get the Israelites. Okay. And through Ishmael, you supposedly you get the Arabs. You see, so you see here, you see Abraham, Ishmael, you see the Arab nations, you see Isaac, you see Jacob, and then from Jacob, you see the 12 tribes. And so this is supposed to be the Semitic line. This is supposed to be the Semitic line. We're going to bust it all up. We're going to crush it and show exactly what it is. Now, since you understand, number one, let's understand some things before we get started now. So we clear on some things. You see the three sons of Noah. Okay, now just past that, we want to break this down so we get a clear understanding. Okay, now you see right there Noah at the bottom. You see, let me blow it up. Now these are supposed to be the three sons that populate the planet, okay? The three sons that populate the planet after the flood. Okay, you got Japheth, which is supposedly the Europeans. You got Shem, which is symbolic of the Semitics, the Shemites. You see what I'm saying? So that's the Arabs and the Israelites, the Arabs and the Israelites. And then you got Ham, who is supposedly the patriarch of the African tribes, okay, of the African tribes, okay? And so, again, Japheth, European, Shem, Semitics, Arabs, Israelites. Ham is supposedly, according to the Bible, the father of the African races. Okay, then. Well, let's deal with this. Now, number one, wait a minute. This is not the one I want to go to. I want to come up a little bit right here. Now, let's deal. Matter of fact, let me bring that back up. Let me bring that genealogy back up here. I'm going to need that. Let me bring that genealogy. Well, you know what? Here, I could use this one right quick. Let me get that up here because I'm going to need it. Drop it in right there. Okay. No, let me get the other one. Let me get the other one. Let me get the other one so I can operate. Okay, boom. Both of them. Let me get them. Let me get them. Matter of fact, don't leave none of them. Bring them all. Matter of fact, just copy them. That way I ain't got to drag them. I'll just bring them on up. Then we're going to operate. Bingo. Throw them on in there. Okay. Bingo. Now, and so we see right here where it says Ishmael. Ishmael. You see, now his mother was Hagar. She was an Egyptian. She was a Hamitic. Now, when you're dealing with Ham, you're dealing with the Africans. I did that. I'm gonna bring it. I got to get my work. I like running for mine. I like getting in here and knowing exactly what I need and throwing it in there. Okay, Ham, let me get that so I can operate. I need these. I need these. I need these. Let me get them in there. Let me get them in there. Bring them right on up here so I can operate. Boom. Throw it right there. You see? Matter of fact, let me go get Kush. Let me get Kush. Let me get Kush. Got to have it. Got to have it. Let me bring it up. Let me bring it up. Let me bring it up. Let me bring it up so I can operate. Bingo. And let me get Ethiopia. Let me get Ethiopia so we can work out. We got to operate. We want the Arabs in there tonight. We want you in there because we got to operate. I don't want you running. I don't want you running. Where the Ethiopia? Where the Ethiopia? Where Ethiopia? No. Where the Ethiopia? That's, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Where the Ethiopia? Where the Ethiopia? It might be up above it. Might be up above it. I need it. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. Where is it? Hold on, y'all. Let me operate. Is that it? That's Mizraim. That's all right. There you go, right there. Bingo. 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 And then if I had to go back down there and get, I'll go back and get some other stuff. But now I'm about to run. About to run. About to run. Okay. And so we identified that his mother, Hagar, is an Egyptian. And not only is she an Egyptian, matter of fact, she even gets a wife for Ishmael from her race. Okay, because she was Hamitic, and we'll get it. Okay. So when we talk about Ham or Cham, okay, we're talking about burnt, swarthy, and black. Okay. Okay, this is we got to understand this. This is the Bible that Allah sent down. Okay, Allah sent this down. Okay, it says Ham, Cham, burnt, swarthy, black. Okay, Ham was the father of Cush, which is Nubia. I want y'all to understand Sudan. Okay, Sudanese, Nubian, Mizraim, which is Egypt. See, so in the Bible right there, you had a critical when you're dealing with the Arab, because the Arab supposed to be a Semitic. He's not from the tribe. He's not from Ham. He's not a Hamitic. He's a Shemitic. He's supposed to be from Shem. So here we got the Arab. He don't know what he want to be. He trying to play both sides of the damn fence. Either you Hamitic or you Shemitic. Okay? Okay, you can't have lineage to Abraham through Ishmael and claim Egypt at the same time. But yet and still, we're going to bust that Ishmael up and show you that he ain't even a Semitic. He ain't either one. He's not a Hamitic or a Shemitic. Okay? But no way should he be from Abraham. And he's getting, he's saying Abraham built Mecca. Him and Ishmael built Mecca. And that they are of lineage of Abraham through Ishmael, okay? And yet and still, even in the Quran, Pharaoh is a despot. He's an evil being. He's not of no good standing. So, and so the fact that Arabs today want to claim the Egypt of the Bible, either they throwing away the Quran, they're throwing away the Bible, And I would like to see what they good Muslim brothers would think of that. I would like to know what their good Muslim brothers would think of that if they threw away the Quran and called the Quran a lie. Okay? And so we see that and it says it is believed that he had Africa for his inheritance. This is Ham. This is Ishmael's mother. Hamitic, African, Ethiopian, Nubian. You see? Okay, and Africa is called the land of Ham, not Shem. Okay? And so very interesting in the Bible, Egypt is brother to Nubia. Okay? I got to clarify that. So when we talk about the Nubians, where the Nubians at? Where them Nubians at? I put in here. Here it is right here. These are the Nubians. You see? These are the Nubians right here. Okay? Don't look like no damn Zahid Hawass to me. You see? So these are the brothers of the Egyptians according to the Bible, according to Allah. Unless this is the part that's been changed, but Allah say, beware of people that say that the Bible and the Torah has been changed, because he say none can change his words. None can change his words. Okay? Where's that at? Well, and right here, see, this is it right here. You see, now this is Genesis 21:21, where it says, and he talking about Ishmael, it says he lived in the wilderness of Paran, and his mother took a wife for him from the land of Egypt. See, now that busts that shit up, because see, what they say is, let me talk to y'all. Let me talk to y'all. Let me get the good Muslims in there if they out there. See, what they say is Abraham and Ishmael went to Mecca. You see, they say Ishmael went to Mecca and that he got an Arab wife. But according to the Bible, it don't say that. It don't say he ever went to no Mecca. It don't say nothing about him ever going to Arabia, because even in that time, Arabia was under the rule of the Cushites. It wasn't even called Arabia at that time. That was Cush. And when we say Cush, we mean Nubia. That's what's according to the scriptures. This is what's according to even the Greeks. And I'll show that the word Ethiopia is Greek. And when you look it up and you go into the Greek studies, they make sure you understand that that's Nubia. Okay? So we want to understand that Egypt was brother of Nubia. Okay? Now we're going to look at Zahid Hawass, and we're going to see if he looked like any brother to any Nubian that you know of. And I'm talking about them ancient Nubian. All right? We got to stick to that. We can't let nobody play us and put no mulatto up there. So you understand, we got to be clear about that. So we have identified that his mother got his wife from the land of Egypt. And so when we talk about, again, we see that Egypt is called the land of Ham, burnt, swarthy, and black. We got to say that out loud. Now we can't. We're gonna say it, we got to say it out loud. Okay, we got to say it out loud. We can't say it in no low tone. So we say, and so the land of Egypt, he got a wife from Egypt. And so when we go and we look at the genealogy, we see that Egypt, Mizraim, which is Egypt, is son of Ham, brother of Cush, which is Nubia. I gotta black that up. Now I gotta black that up before we see we go to Cush. We go to Cush. Where is we getting this out of? We getting this out of the where's that encyclopedia? Christian encyclopedia. It's a Christian encyclopedia, but I want you to know, because I don't want you. Here it is right here. Here it is right here. Let me no, that's not the one. That's just the Bible. I'll find it later. Don't worry about it. I'll find it later. It's one of them good ones too. You know how y'all do. You know how you do. That's the good one. That's the good book. That's the good book, y'all. I got it up out of there. So don't you hesitate to take it as proof of the truth. All right. And so we get back up here. Let's get back up here. Okay. And so we see, matter of fact, here it is. Let's go to Ethiopia. You see Cush. So you see, we just left Cush. And we understand, matter of fact, let's read this. Okay, this is Cush right here. And the next one is the definition of Ethiopia. And both of them are the same nation. So the name of Cush was derived from Egypt. To the Egyptians, Kash denoted districts south of the first cataract, inhabited for the most part by races of a Nubian origin. So when we see Cush over here in the genealogy table, let's get this back up. I got to get this up. Yeah, let me get that up. I'll break it down for you. So you see right here, Cush, which is what? Is Nubia. Inhabited for the most part by races of a Nubian origin. So you see right there that Egypt in the Bible that was sent down. Now this is the Old Testament. Okay, this was sent down to Moses. This was sent down to Moses by Allah. This was sent down to Moses by Allah, man. So I know this got to be right. And if it's not right, and Allah said that none can alter or change his words, then you lying on Allah. If you say this is not right, you lying on Allah, and I want the Muslims to get on his ass. If they say either you present the Torah that has not been changed. I want y'all to present that now. I want y'all to present the Torah that has not been changed. And like I said, Moses supposedly wrote the Torah around something like 1200 BC. Okay, and so up into 700 AD, it was written in the Quran to use the Torah as a book that can clarify any misunderstanding that you read in the Quran. So that's 2,000 years worth of scriptures. You should have plenty of them damn books that have not been changed, because it must have been changed after the Quran, or at least after the first writings of the Quran. So you got over 2,000 years of damn Torahs that should be A-OK. And I want you to get it over here immediately if you're saying that what we're reading in here is wrong. Okay, so we understand. So when we think about Ishmael, we understand number one, and it's very critical that we understand this, that his father was Abram. Okay, his father was Abram, and Allah made a covenant with Abram. And when he made that covenant, he became Abraham. He didn't become Abraham. He became Abraham. Okay, now, not only did he become Abraham, which is synonymous with Egypt. Now, there's a lot of veil in there, but I don't want to deal with no veil right now. We're going to take it top surface right now. You understand? So we can work on it. You see what I'm saying? So his father was Abraham, okay, and his mother was Hagar, an Egyptian, a Hamitic, and she took for him an Egyptian wife, which means that his lineage was at least 75, three-fourths Hamitic. His blood was 3/4 Hamitic. His father, but his mother, and so in all of his children, their mother was 100% Hamitic. Their grandmother, matriarchal grandmother, was 100% Hamitic, and Ishmael was half. So they damn near after his children, and it didn't say they went any further than where their father went, then they was Hamitics. They was Egyptians. They didn't have nothing to do with no Arab at all. Ain't even no Arab. Again, because the Arab is supposedly a Semitic. But do you know that there are Arabs out there that got literature shooting that shit down, knowing that they don't have no lineage from no Ishmael? They talk about it. That nobody ever, and from the so-called earliest time, they didn't even speak about no Ishmael or no Abraham. Okay, because if they thought that Ishmael and Abraham in the ancient times, or whatever you would like to call ancient for the Arabs, because the Arabs is an AD people, you do not find no you name yourself after, just like Muhammad. When they became Islamic, you see, everybody's name is Muhammad. It's so many damn Muhammads, it's ridiculous. So if in the earliest time they thought Abraham or Ishmael was their fathers, you would have had all types of names of Ishmael and Abraham throughout the so-called Arab world. You do not find no Ishmaels or no Abrahams or none of that. Okay, the same way that you find Muhammad, you don't find it at all, because they didn't even know these names in the times and they're not an ancient people. Okay, they're not an ancient people. They are AD people. You don't find the Arabs before the Common Era. You don't. And you and you don't find them close to the what they call 0 AD. They are 700, 800 AD is where you find the Arabs. Okay, now let's go to work. Let's go to work. So we didn't identify the Mennonites. Okay, now the Mennonites were almost interchangeable. If you go into the Bible, they almost, because the Ishmaelites and the Mennonites primarily lived in the same area. You see what I'm saying? You had the Mennonites that were in southern Sinai, and you had the Ishmaelites who were in northern Sinai. We'll show you some maps. Let me see if I got where the map's at. Now, you see where it says wilderness of Paran, that's where they say he lived. Wait a minute, let me put it in there so you can see it for yourself. I don't want you to think I made it up. I don't want you to do that. I want you to see it for yourself. Is that the one? Nope. When was it? Okay. That one's from Havilah to Shur. Okay, this shows where he lived at. Okay, this shows where he lived at, but I want that one that said Paran. Where that one at? It left me. That's all right. I'll get it right back. I'll get it right back. I'll get it right. It's up here. Yeah, is that it? Nope. That's all right. I'll get it right, Black. It tried to dodge me. It tried to dodge me. And I just read it, but that's all right. Let's see. I trying to wait a minute. This might be it. Oh. That's all right. I read it anyway. Okay, but it says Paran. And so it says he lived in the area of Paran. And where's that map? Here it is right here. Wilderness of Paran. And the Mennonites were here. And so they probably in wilderness of Shur. It also said that he dwelt from the wilderness of Shur to Havilah, okay, which is another African Cushite nation. So it never in the Bible, Ishmael does not go to Arabia. He stays right outside of Egypt. He stays within the confine of the Egyptian dominion. Okay, he was a Hamitic. He was not an Arab. Okay, he was not an Arab. He was a Cushite. Okay, we're gonna black it up now. We're gonna black it up. Now again, okay, let's deal with this. Now Moses, when he fled Egypt, he went into Midian. Okay, that's where he got his wife from. His father-in-law was Jethro. Let me get it up there. You see up there, Jethro was his father. Okay. And Moses was content to dwell with the man. And he gave Moses his daughter Zipporah. Okay. Now let me get here where it's before I want to show you where it show the Mendonites and the Ishmaelite as the same. Okay. As the same. Which one is that? I should have had all this in, but that's all right. Let me see. Right here. Okay, right here. Genesis 37:28, and it said the Mendonite traders passed by, and they drew Joseph up and lifted him out of the pit and sold him to the Ishmaelites. See right there? At first they say Mendonites. Then they say Ishmaelite because they interchangeable. The Mendonite traders passed by and they drew Joseph up and lifted him out the pit and sold him to the Ishmaelites for 20 shekels of silver. So what we're showing here that the Mendonites and the Ishmaelites are interchangeable. They lived in the same area, which means that the Mendonites were Cushites themselves too. Okay, and we'll black that up. Matter of fact, I don't want to leave that. Let me take that with me. Let me take that one with me. Let me take this one with me. Bring it up. You see? And now let's work. So when you see right here, it says, and Moses married a Mendonite, Zipporah. Now in Numbers 12:1, Miriam, it says Miriam and Aaron spoke against Moses because of the Cushite woman whom he had married. For he had married a Cushite woman. So it shows you right there, even though they say Mendonite, you see, they were still Cushites. And because you see here that the Mendonites are interchangeable with the Ishmaelites, that the Ishmaelites themselves were looked at as Cushites, not no damn error. And what is the Cushite? What is the Cushite family? What did we say? Let's see what it says. When it said, denoted the district south of the first cataract, inhabited for the most part by races of a Nubian origin. You see? So that means that the Ishmaelites, that means the Mendonite, that whole area was of Cushite origin. Now, this is what Allah sent now. Okay? And so you see Genesis 25:30, and this is Abraham, other concubine, Keturah. You see, and a lot of them Arabs, they like to go through what's his other name too? Where's his name? They like to go through him too. Say they from him. Okay. But you see, this is his mother. Okay, Keturah, and you can see Midian. You see, that's where the Mendonite matriarch is Keturah, right there. Okay, Keturah. You see, sons of Keturah, Abraham's concubine, Midian, right there. You see Midian. Okay, and so we didn't went over that, and so we understand that so all of the other what's Ishmael's Kindar. You see, a lot of people try to use that term Kindar as being of the Ishmaelites. You see what I'm saying? So the thing is, we didn't bust that down based on the Bible. Number one, that the Egyptians, Ishmael himself, was of the Hamitic bloodline. He was not of the Shemitic bloodline. And the lie that Ishmael went down into Mecca, into Arabia, is a lie, according to the Bible. Okay? According to the Bible, and that he lived around his brothers, because when you read in the Bible, Esau, who was the brother of Jacob, Israel, married two of Ishmael's daughters. They live in fair, right next to one another. Edomite, Esau, Edomite. Okay, they stay right next to one another. You see what I'm saying? And so we did that. Ishmael in the Bible, his mother was Hamitic, chose a Hamitic. And when we say Hamitic, we saying Ethiopian. That's what it's saying. Okay? Ancient Egypt in the Bible was the brother of Ethiopia, Nubia. He was the brother of Nubia. And so you got to look at the Arab today and say, and so this is the Bible. This is the Quran. You see? And now this is another very key thing that y'all need to know now. This is another thing that you need to know. That in the Bible, it clearly states that shepherds were an abomination to the Egyptians. That's the only thing the Arab has ever been. Now, I'm gonna show you something. I'm gonna show you how fake they is. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna bust their ass right here. Now, I was looking this shit up. I'm going a lot longer than but I need to work out. Okay, I need to work out. Now, let's look at this shit right here. Now, I was just looking up, I just started Googling shit. They said, and so now I was seeing what the Arabs thought about, the Muslims, what they thought about Egypt, and I just put it in there, asked some questions. And it says, there's no denying that Egypt under the pharaohs had one of the greatest civilizations of the ancient world. And yet, according to Islamic teaching, it was a place of jahiliyyah, ignorance and darkness. Into the Arab Islamic conquest brought enlightenment. You see? Yeah. He brought enlightenment. You see? And so what does the Quran say about the Pharaoh? Let's see this is what the Quran says about it. It says Pharaoh, according to the Quran, is a pagan, Maimonides, and filled with moral vices. During his despot rulership, he does not surrender to the command of God and his prophet and continuously in war with them. Right? Okay, so in the Quran, you see, they didn't look at the Egyptians as they was pagans, full of moral vice. And it says, listen to this. Was Egypt conquered by Islam after the fall of Rome? Egypt became part of the Byzantine Empire until it was conquered by the Muslim Arabs in 641 CE, or the Common Era. Okay, throughout the Middle Ages, from its conquest by the Islamic Empire in the year 641 until 1517, Egypt was governed as part of a series of Arab caliphates. Okay, so you're talking about they didn't conquer Egypt until 641. Egypt had already fallen almost 1,000 years before the Arab even come in. You see what I'm saying? Before they even come in. Now, listen to this. Listen to this. I looked up and I asked the question, are the modern Egyptians Arabs? And you know what they say? The Egyptians are not Arabs. This is what they're saying. So when you look at Zahid Hawass, he's saying that he's not an Arab. He's an Egyptian. Do you hear what the shit he's trying to say? That they're different than the Arab. They're Egyptians. I say if you put a turban on him and give him a goat, you wouldn't be able to tell him from nobody else out there in that desert. You see what I'm saying? You got to quit playing, Zahid. You got to quit playing, Zahid. You got to quit playing. Give his ass a turban and a goat, and he ain't gonna look. Now they say, right? Listen to me. Let me show you how they lie. Okay, they say they're not Arabs, right? They're not Arabs, right? They're Egyptians. Now let's go to the name of Egypt. Listen to this. I'm gonna put this shit right up. You can't make this shit up, man. You can't make this shit up. Where's that go? Here it is. And so they say the Egyptians, and then you put it up. What's the name of the country? The Arab Republic of Egypt. The official name is the Arab Republic of Egypt. I say, what kind of shit is this? Is you motherfucker is somebody stupid? Or is somebody ain't right? Somebody ain't playing with a whole deck. You see what I'm saying? And so right there, wait a minute, I didn't even put it up there. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Look at this shit, man. Let me blow it all the way up for y'all to see it. You look it up, it said the Egyptians are not Arabs. What's the name of the nation? The Arab Republic of Egypt. What the fuck? What kind of shit is y'all trying to pull on me, nah? You see what I'm saying? What kind of shit y'all trying to pull on me? You see? So, see, the thing is, it's almost like they letting the Egyptians, the Arabs in Egypt, claim that they Egyptians, knowing that they Arab, so that they can benefit as the conquerors of Egypt. That's all they doing. That's fake shit that they doing. Now, let me put this in here before I step on, because I got to drop this now. I got to drop this, and I'm gonna tighten it up because I threw it together. But where is that? Matter of fact, right there. Right there. Let me see if I can put it in there right quick. Abominations. There you go. There it is. That's one of them. That's one of them. It's the other one though that speaks directly. Where that one at? Let me go up here and see if I can just put it in there. That one don't. I need the one that speak directly to shepherds. There it is. Let me see. See if it come up. There it is, right there. There it is. Bingo. You see, here it is. See, this the kind of shit that put them on blast. You see what I'm saying? Because that's all the Arab ever was a damn shepherd. That's all they did. You understand what I'm saying? Camels and goats and sheep. That's what they did. Okay, but I'm gonna show you, just to show you the you know. Let me crop that. Okay, there it is. Bingo. You see, and so this is the dominant. This is the dominant culture of the Arab. You see, let me put it in so you can see it. This is the dominant culture of the Arab. Genesis 46:34. You shall say, your servants have been keepers of livestock from our youth even to now, both we and our fathers, talking about the Hebrews, the Semitic, in order that you may dwell in the land of Goshen. For every shepherd, Arab, Hebrew, is an abomination to the Egyptian. That right there is like, boom. You understand what I'm saying? No, how in the hell can the shepherd be an abomination to the Egyptians, which would have been the Arab, and that has been the Arab's predominant pastime even up to now. Watch this. Let me show you. Watch this. Let me show you. You want me to show you? Let me show you. Maybe they'll let me get this one in here. Let me see. Let me show you. This is right now. Oh my God. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God. This wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. Let me get some old shit for y'all. Just so we could drop it, And it says so this is then the goddamn Arab hate himself then. He's an abomination to himself. He's an abomination to himself, family. Wait a minute, let me drop another one in there for you. This right now. You see? Then this right now. So if every shepherd is an abomination to the Egyptians, in which we read right there, then goddamn it, the Arab is an abomination to himself. Okay? Now, the question is, what y'all got to do out there, and I'm going to tighten this up. Because I had all my stuff, and that's all right, because I feel I'm going to war. When I'm going to war, I just throw shit. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm tightening up. I know exactly where to go, okay? And so you got to ask Arabs, number one, is the Egypt in the Bible, the Quran, okay, is the Quran, the Bible, and the Torah, are they lying about Egypt? You got to ask them that. You ask these Arabs, and I want y'all to do that. I'm going to get it together, and I'm going to come black. Because I see it's hot. I'm going to come right black tomorrow. I'm going to tighten this shit up. I'm going to come right black with it. And the question you're going to have to ask them is the Quran, Bible, and Torah lying about Egypt? Okay? And the thing is, and I just want to ask this before I get out of there. You see, because they acting like they always been there, the Arab. Okay? Now the question is, because you got the Coptics. Now the Coptics, they all shoot too. But the Coptics, who supposedly was speaking Coptic, that's supposedly the last stage of ancient Egyptian, which is a lie. But we'll go for it. We'll go for it in this argument. And so the question I wanted to ask, I'm saying, if the Arab that's in Egypt right now, he's the ancient Egyptian. He's the ancient Egyptian. Then what was he speaking before he was speaking Arabic? Okay? What was he speaking before he was speaking Arabic? And if he's the ancient Egyptian, why isn't he speaking ancient Egyptian? Why is he speaking? Why did he give his language up? You see? And even if there was some form, because obviously the Coptic was still speaking Coptic for a certain amount of time, but they speaking Arabic now. You see, they speaking Arabic now too. So the question becomes, what was the Arab who claimed that he's the ancient Egyptian, what was he speaking before? And if ancient Egyptian was his language, why did he give it up? Okay, why did he give it up? Why isn't he still speaking the ancient Egyptian? Okay? Why would they give up their indigenous language for Arab if they're not Arabs? And if they're not Arabs and the predominant population is Egyptian, which are not Arabs, why would you name the country after people who supposedly not even living in? I know that it might be some Arabs in there, but y'all supposed to be the predominant race. So why would y'all name y'all nation after somebody that's not indigenous to the nation? I don't understand that. Why would you call it the Arab? You see what I'm saying? And if this is a very serious question, because you've seen that at least the so-called Jew, we know he's not a real Hebrew, but they tried to fake like they revive Hebrew. You see, the modern Hebrew, they didn't created a fraudulent language, but at least they playing the role. You see, at least they playing the role. Okay, they trying to play the role, and so they have this Hebrew revival, and now Hebrew is the official language because these so-called Jews was coming from all over the world. And so they were speaking the tongue of where they came from. There was no Hebrew that was being spoke. That was something that was primarily, so they say, with the priests. You see what I'm saying? So it wasn't spoken as a civil language. You see, it was supposedly a priestly language. It was not a civil language. And so when they went into Israel in 1945, you see and so then it was this big push to create a vernacular that they call today Hebrew. Okay, which they use Arabic and Yiddish and a whole lot, and created words that never existed. And so what I'm asking the so-called modern Egyptian, which is an Arab, why hasn't there been any push to revive their ancient language? If they the Egyptians, you see, why haven't they tried to revive their own ancestral language? And why is there no push to make that language the official language of modern Egypt versus Arabic, which you claim you're not? I don't understand that. That don't make no goddamn sense to me. You see what I'm saying? If you was an ancient Egyptian, then you would be trying to revive that language, which at least I see African people doing that. They, and so I'm not going to get in no argument with them about it. You understand? But they're trying to revive it, which anybody who believes that was their ancestors would do. They would revive that language, and not only would they try to revive it, they would make it the official language of modern Egypt, and they're not trying to do that at all. You know why? Because they know that they're Arabs. They know they don't have anything to do with it. And matter of fact, if they were there, and they were there from the ancient time to now, I don't see how they could have lost it. You see what I'm saying? How could you have lost it? Or you know what I'm saying? All of it. You see what I'm saying? You just lost all of it. Totally. You just lost all of it. And you in the land. We're going to have a part 2 to this, family. We turning up on them. We turning up on them. We turning up on them, family. And so we'll have a part 2 to this, family. We got some more explosive topics we dealing with tonight. We're going to be dealing with the largest thieving museums of ancient Egyptian artifacts. Most of it that was taken out under the permission of the Arab, the Turk. He gave them all that permission to plunder Egypt under their watch. Okay? Wow. But they Egyptians. All right, come right, black family. I'm going to tell you, this is going to blow your mind when you look at how much ancient Egyptian artifacts have been stolen. You ain't going to believe it. It's mind-blowing. All right? So, family, come on, black. Thank you for being here today. This is the General Cyrus Sunseti saying, hey, arm yourself with knowledge. Bang on that wicked-ass beast daily. Liberation through African education and confrontation. Black power.